Hello everyone, today I wanted to talk a little bit about the images before me. As you can tell, they are beautiful, and the funny thing is that actually none of them are handmade, they're all made from artificial intelligence. Today I'm going to talk about AI art, especially and specifically Midjourny, and how to use it and get it set up. And this is made in July of 2022, so things might change in the future, so keep that in mind in case things don't work out exactly as you see. So first thing first is that I obviously want to show you how to use it, and it's incredible. Look at these images and see that they're all done by imagination. They're done by actually using text prompts or descriptions, being very descriptive in order to get and direct this AI to where you want it to go. And along the way I want to talk about, maybe how to use it best, etc. So let's just get started. First thing first, this is going to be something that you would need Discord for. So for instance, if you don't have Discord, this is what it looks like. You can download it for Mac or PC. It's almost like old school chat rooms where you had different rooms where you can go into and talk to people. This is my good friend, he has a photography channel, and also on the left hand side here you can see multiple, I'm gonna call them channels. I'm not sure if the proper name is, I'm pretty new to Discord, so you're gonna see Midjourny here on Discord and left. But that's not the first step. What you need to do in order to get into this Midjourny room or channel is I'm going to go ahead and go to Midjourny. Don't mind the rest of the string here, it's mid-journey.com, and I'll link in the description, and you just want to say join the beta. It might also launch directly in your web browser, because Discord also works in your web browser. So firstly you want to click on join the beta, so once it actually launches Discord it will pretty much launch in your browser, or you might even have the desktop. And I personally like using the desktop app. It just feels like a separate component rather than using it on a website. But they basically do this relatively the same things. So I'm just going to keep it to the desktop version here in the website. To keep it simple, what you want to do basically is on the left hand side here you're going to try and find the Midjourny icon. Once you launch from the site, it's this black and white icon, and then don't worry about everything else right now, but you actually want to scroll down here on the left hand side where it says general image gen or newbie rooms, newcomer rooms. Either one is fine. I'm just going to go ahead and pick one. It doesn't really matter, maybe one that doesn't have as much traffic. They all are pretty busy usually, so keep that in mind. The way it works is that you're going to be interacting with it through text prompts. You're going to be typing in words in this little chat area in order for you to generate images. Now it's not super user friendly, so it is what it is, and here is pretty much how you're going to work with it. Here it says at the bottom message general 9, I'm going to say / and imagine, and here I'm going to type in something like fruits in a bowl, cinematic lighting. I'm a very realistic, so I'm giving it basically short phrases and descriptors in order to figure out what I want. If there's a whole, I guess you could say science to writing text prompts, and if you hear them called prompts, that's what most people call them, and we're going to get into that later. If you have any interest in learning more about that, or check out my Instagram where I have a highlight reel regarding prompts, I'm going to link that in the description as well in case you want to see how to do that, and I'll make more videos if you're interested. So I'm going to say enter after I'm done writing something as a test, and what you will find is it will say waiting to start, and it goes in starts and will have a percentage, and as it's rendering you'll see other people also start rendering below you. So the way to find your image or your generation is going to be highlighted in orange, which allows you to know where yours are in the sea of other images. So it's going to go ahead and start rendering, and once it's done it's going to generate these 4 different versions of whatever that you've typed in. And the way this works is that once it's done generating you'll be able to decide whether or not you would like one of these in a larger format, or if you would like to perhaps regenerate or images based off of the one that you like the most, or upscale it. So it's done, and as you notice, once it's done it disappears. Like, where did it go? It doesn't make it very obvious, so what happens is you have to scroll all the way down again and it renders it. And the reason why it does that is because everything falls in chronological order based off when it is done, not started. So You can see here mine's at 114, someone else made one underneath mine and so forth. It's really busy, so I can actually click on this thumbnail and see a bigger version. You can see here that it actually did a pretty okay job. It figured out what fruits look like and a variety of fruits in a bowl, and for some reason knew that humans like to eat a variety of different fruits in a bowl, so there you go, at different angles and different colors. So here is the buttons that you're going to interact with and play and enhance Midjourny through your experience. On the left-hand side is quadrant 1, 2, 3 and 4 on the bottom right. If you'd like to use this and make it bigger, what you need to do is click on upscale 4 and it's gonna run through that. It's gonna turn blue. Don't worry if nothing's happening, it's because again it's at the bottom. You can see it's waiting to start here, and again it's highlighted in orange. So it's going to do that, and you kind of have to figure out where things are when they're done, etc. Now let's say that you want to make 4 new variations based off of one of them. Perhaps you like number 4 a lot and you'd like to see more variations based off of that. You'd click V4. I'm not going to do that right now for the sake of time and keep things organized, but that's how you do it. Now you might be asking, isn't there an easier way to kind of play with this and keep things organized? There is. I'm going to show you at the end, so please stay tuned. I'll show you a really nice workflow, but it does require a subscription, so I'm not going to talk about that just yet. Last but not least, we have a refresh button, so if you click on that it's going to refresh your results. So yeah, let's go ahead and go to our rendered version of the bowl that we liked. Very beautiful. And when you do render that again, it's going to make it a bit more higher detail. You can see it's taking a little bit of time. That's just because it has to use a GPU or a graphics processor unit somewhere out there, and it allows it to render the results that you're doing, so you're not doing everything automatically, or I should say you're not doing everything instantly. It does take some time, so be patient, but once it's done rendering, what you can do from there is, if you'd like to save it, you would just click on Open Original and then save it from here. This is not the final version, but it's close enough. But you get the idea. You can save it from here, save image as, and it is yours to play with. It doesn't really give you a huge version, and that's just kind of the way it is, but you can upscale it in the future through other apps. Like, there's a lot out there, so I don't have a preference. I'm not going to mention any, and I think it's done, so you have to scroll again to the bottom when it's finished and you can see it's done. And if you from there would like to upscale it again, you can click on that and I'll render again, or make variations. We'd start from the beginning and makes variations based off of this one, or you can click on Light Upscale Redo. I don't really honestly know the difference. I think it will upscale it a little bit and redo it to finesse the details. That's my understanding, but ultimately that's how you use Midjourny. If you are in the trial version, you probably are only going to be able to use 5 images or make 5 images or so, depending on how long they give you. Again, if you're interested in being inspired by different prompts, please read what everyone else is making here. You can also go to the other rooms if you do decide to subscribe, and I believe you can subscribe through the website. I'm just going to say sign in here and I'll say authorize. I'm going to try and get to my account. Here we go. So in your account on the website, it shows me everything that I've made here by clicking on home, and everything that I've made here. You can also go to manage subscription, and here you can decide what plan you want, but you can do 30 a month, which is almost unlimited usage, and you can use this for commercial use, but you also give them a license at this time of recording to use it for what they want. You can also use it commercially too, so it's kind of cool. You can use it for composites, etc., but I can make another video about usage and different ideas if you'd like. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And also you have a community feed, so you can see the top ones people are making. You can actually click on them and see the terms people used. You can also go ahead and say 3 dots here, copy command, not prompt command, and I'll tell you why, because then you can go back to Discord, and let me just go back. I think I opened my app, desktop app instead. Same difference. I'm going to click on general, for example, and I'm going to enter that, and oops, I'm going to say imagine, and then enter that, and it makes the actual prompt that they used, and then I can hit enter. If I want or modify the text, I don't recommend just Copying and stealing people's prompts I recommend using as inspiration and then modifying those texts to get what you want in the same kind of style that they're going for and then building upon that so you're creating something more original to you in your style. Okay, please keep that in mind. That's just a personal preference of mine, just a general ethics kind of point. The thing that I want to mention quickly is that if you would like to keep things more organized, if you buy a subscription one, way to do it is go to your home tab, click on the Midjourny bot, and then here you want to then start typing imagine and then whatever, because for some reason you can actually message the Midjourny bot and use prompts that way, but this is only available for subscribers. This will also ensure that people can't easily just copy your prompts or take your images. They can still see this if they follow you on the site, so if they follow your account right, and like I have a personal feed, so I'm following my friend Jeff Lazelle who made these, and I can see that he made these. If you follow me, for example Solstice Retouch, you can see what I've made, what I've played around with. You really can't delete anything that you make, so please be careful. But in the actual feed itself on Discord, because you're sending it to the message, direct message, everyone else in general just can't automatically see what you do in comparison to the rooms that we were in. So again, the difference is home is where you see your direct messages, and then the channels here are where you access these like rooms. Okay, that's it for now. If you have any questions or would like to see more, hear more, please leave a comment and I'll do my best to help educate whenever I have the time. Can't wait to see what you create. If you do create something, please leave it in the comments as well. Maybe you have an Instagram account that you can share. I would love to check it out. Maybe follow each other. Be inspired, get and figure out what ways we can all use this, and the discussion about whether this is good or bad for the industry is something that I left out of this video intentionally because I want to keep it educational, but that's other things that we can explore. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped, and I can't wait to see what you do with it. Obviously things might change the future, but this is good for at least a few days.